This is Dabu7, wanting to share with you some important information pertaining to the Oath Keepers and some of the militia groups out here, and how there has been a divide created. And this is something that is important to make note of. No matter what militia you're in, where you're at, what group you're in, it goes to show exactly how easily men will sell out their other men even when they've taken an oath to do otherwise. Now, what we have here is a major rift that has occurred between the Oath Keeper movement as a whole. Members are fleeing the organization. They are starting their own. And when this happens, you also have to be aware that some of the other guys breaking away can be plants too. You have to see the bigger picture. But what has happened here is there's been a lot of talk about what the Oath Keepers are doing. And when I was down there, right when everything first popped off with Ferguson, and I had my encounter with the Oath Keepers, it was a positive one. They were getting blamed for popping off shots and doing all the stuff that they were not doing. And I had it all right there on live stream, and they were protecting buildings that people lived in. They were also catching Molotov cocktails and putting them in buckets of water so the buildings wouldn't burn down. But nothing crazy. And they were cool with me, watched my back, respect. It was cool. But that was that unit. There's multiple units and different guys that come from across the country to do this. And the Oath Keepers consist of former Marines, vets, and former police. The problem with this is this. All of the real members, the true patriots, the true Oath Keepers, the true militia, are basically looking at the upper echelon, the Stewart Rhodes, all the guys controlling this thing across the country, and saying, you've sold us out. That your concern is about your interior core, your main panel, your board of directors, which are all former cops, have turned on the true oath. So in a situation in Ferguson where they have this problem with police violence, you have the Oath Keepers, and no one's realizing that at the top, it's just all retired cops controlling it. And the Oath Keepers themselves seen this and broke away from it. And like I warned, though, it's about the individuals that are also breaking away that you have to watch out for. You see? But all in all, the righteous men are standing up and calling this out. And, you know, I had several cats send me information concerned about this. There's more to this story. Obviously, as I come across more details and put more of the pieces of the puzzle together, I will continue to share it with you guys. But there's questions about other individuals, guys that have been seen to be dirty with the feds, and things of that nature. Guys connected directly to cops. So, I mean, you're going to have some connection when some guys are former cops and former Marines and former vets. You're going to have some connections like that. But when you're talking tactical, and that was even one of the names of one of these individuals, tactical and then a cuss word, that Reb Z was tipping me off to. And just a bunch of funny movement from the group. And, you know, this is all on the heels of the announcement of them wanting to do an armed march in Ferguson. The Yetis, this was the smaller group that they named the group the Yetis, and they're still going to go by that name, they say, ran by a guy named Sam Andrews. These guys initially were in this discussion with everyone where it was brought up that we're going to do this march and we're going to arm Ferguson residents because it's their right. And I feel it's your right all across the country to do this. Exercise your rights. If you're free to do so, if it's a law, if it's in the Constitution, exercise it or they're going to take it. And that was the perspective behind this. And, you know, Oath Keepers had no problems with sending all their guys down and pointing guns at feds in Nevada at the Bundy Ranch. But when you want to start talking about arming black men, to not even directly confront police, not to even point the weapons at police, just march with those weapons. It's a big problem. It's a big problem from this all former police force board unit in the Oath Keepers. And this is exactly what's dismantling it. The true guys are seeing the true colors here of the guys at the top saying that they're breaking their own oaths and what this is all about. And it's sad. But you need to see this. And when I have the guys that have been in this the whole time coming to me screaming about this, it's time to pay attention to it. So if anything else goes down under the banner of the Oath Keepers, it's going to be interesting to see what it is and how these other units operate. And let's not forget, they have mercenary groups down there that were paid and even talked about bringing them into the streets to help with the chaos down there after they pulled out the National Guard that first time. I don't forget all these things. So all these guys down here with guns, one thing's for sure. Americans, you need to wake up and see what's going on. This is a classic example of how anything can be infiltrated and divided. Use discernment. Be smart. Use your gut, your vibe. Walk righteous. And in the end, other righteous men will be by your side. You can guarantee that. I'll leave a link. It's been Dabu7. Peace.